So it's kind of a weird fit. I call it kind of a mini paladin. It's built for squads, and if I remember right. Let's see, how far does this shoot? 50. So let's go to a squad at like 30.
Warp drive active.
This on Eve Workbench? Yeah, I think so. It's called DAUQS. DAUQS. And this is for blazing through the squads. Oh, not good. We're going to end up inside. Okay, are we going to bounce here? Oh shit. Where are we bouncing to? These particular sites can just be a little bit crazy. This is a very cheap ship. In fact, this might be my least expensive battleship. Blow up the donut. Problem solved. Yeah. Donuts. I gotta figure out my rhythm with these again. There is a rhythm to this. total DPS on this? 1,000, which is really good for a ship that, how much does this cost? 326 million. It's really cheap. Tried to look for something like this for the Garistas, and where we ended up being at was that the Dominics ended up doing really well, because like this is the right damage type here, but you can't quite get the right damage type with this on the Garistas. Most of the stuff wants explosive and thermal, if I remember correctly. And you can't get explosive out of lasers. And it's like 86% explosive, so. This also can get up and go nice and quickly if you got neutrals in that appear in system, because it primarily uses these sentry drones, and the sentry drones you can pick, as long as you don't wander off from them, you can pick them up right away. Friendship is the only friendly ship. Well, I have an Astero called Friendship that doesn't have anything to do with data or relic sites. It's pretty nasty. Is this ship the only one on the site? Well, yeah, I'm the only one here, if that's what you mean. There's no other ships with me here. Healing through it pretty good. It doesn't do so well on the Horde sites though. Although, you know what? We could try it and see what happens. We should. We should try it and see how it reacts, how it works, or doesn't work. This one's almost done. And so, you know, I think this will do 8-minute sights. This guy's really close, so I'm having a really hard time hitting him. So we're gonna switch over to this guy. Get rid of him. Then he's too far away, huh? Okay, well, let's go move over closer to him. So yeah, drifted away from him. Acolytes for this last one. He's asking if I have a ship fit for this specific site. Yes. It's on EWB. It's called DAX. What's the rate of loot I got from this kind of site? Horrible. This is not... You're not doing these for loot. You're doing these for escalations. Oh, and we got a sentient. All right. That's going to have a little bit of loot in it. Oh, by the way, we were wondering what would happen to the status thing. This came out after it said it was completed. So, how interesting. Independence? No, this is a squad. Normal anomaly. Squad site. And this is built specifically for the squads, and it's cheap. Alright, we're gonna... go and pick that up. Another drone chip? No. That's, this is different. You say T2 wreck, yeah. I should go salvage it, huh?
Welcome to the Dragons.
SBLCF just followed.
SBLF. Thank you for the follow, welcome.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Floro
okay.
underscore Triune1 just followed.
Floru, thank you. Follow.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Whiskey Boomer just followed.
Oh, Whiskey Boomer. That sounds interesting. Thank you for the follow.
Warp drive active.
Take this guy down there. We'll see whether or not it's got any good loot. I mean, yeah, I suppose it can pick up the loot too. It's a race, so you can get there first. The other guy doesn't have any salvaging on him. Alright, well, that Ishtar with no propulsion is a hell of a lot faster than my Praxis with no propulsion. I've already made one of these escalations. Well, that's why you run it, is to get them. But no, I haven't gotten any today. But I just wanted to see if there's any changes in these with the update. My drones went the wrong way when they were going to go salvage. All right, oh, 604,000. Gee whiz. That's probably one of the lowest yet. Oh, we got way more out of the Salvage of that, 13.9. Yeah, we got 14 million out of the salvage. Shit, I gotta be salvaging those all the time. There is no excuse for not salvaging them if they can pay out that much. Absolutely.
Warp drive active.
All right, so let's try going to one of the horde sites and let's see, what's my range on this? 57. Let's try 70 and see how it feels.
Active.
Now I'd love to have I'd love to have a paladin out here to do these, but problem is that, oh my god, I warp in it this distance, and okay, well, we'll see what happens here. I don't know. Like, looks kind of bad to me. How far can my drones go? Why are they not shooting? They can only do 60? Oh my god. Okay. This is not set up for sniping these. That's for sure. Yellow boxing me. Oh, my shields are suffering pretty hard. All right. Nope. I don't know about this. Not be such a good plan to do it with this. But, you know, it feels kind of like a pretty normal site with it so far, even with changes. Oh man, another wave just flew in, and I'm already having troubles with my shields. Yeah, this may not go so well. Shooting my drones. Let's leave in here. So this is a very active, you know, an active way of doing it.
Warp drive active.
Ashes of Creation. Well, I've hoped to work with them. I've reached out a couple times, never heard anything back. And so I'd need to be working with them in some capacity, be playing Ashes of Creations. It looks really good, but Yeah, I'd need to be working with them in some capacity. So if you know anybody in their marketing team, I'd love to support the game and sell it. So, because that's really what, you know, does the roof over my head. The amount that I make from doing the live shows is certainly wouldn't be enough to keep the roof over my head. But when we're selling the game and stuff, it works out really well. So, wonder who this guy is. Got somebody in here. Combat scanners. Oh no. Like he's gonna come and kill me? Oh. Alright, well, let me get a ship that would be good for you to kill me on. Yep.
Docking request accepted.
Let's do that. We'll just switch into something that you can kill much easier. He gave up. He's leaving. Don't see his combat probes anymore. Look for a wormhole. Oh, there are some signatures in here.
Docking request accepted.
See if I have a scanning ship here. I'm not sure if I do or not. I do not. Not a good place to work if there's a wormhole and there's people actively coming through looking for a fight. So my scanning ship must be down at MJ or TD. One of the two. The thing about wormholes too, if you go and scan it down and you see somebody out there orbiting it or something like that, then you know you go and attack them and engage with them, and next thing you know 30 guys come through the hole. You know, you don't ever know what's on the other side, and so it can get kind of tricky. I mean, I could go get my scanning ship. I do think though that, you know, it's a different definitely everything's a different beast now with having the horde sites changed. Yeah, I've thought about this, that it's going to just be busier out here because of the new sites out here and everything. Thought I was Moose Army? I used to be. Moose Army, like, shot itself in the foot and then shot itself in the head. It's really sad to see. Yeah. Yeah, oh, I know that they most use combat probes instead of that stuff. So you may have been looking for something else. I mean, still have the same number of signatures in here. So there's two of them that I'm not very close to. Let's go out to this. See if we see somebody on scan.
Active.
I'm within all the sites now. I don't see anybody. If they were working a site, they would most likely be. Huh. Is this thing dead? Why are they not mining? Or is the... No. Huh. They're probably just sitting out here. Seeing that station. Oh, I know. We had a lot of good times with some of these. I still have some of them. I can still build them. So I'm betting that they're just sitting out here observing or something, or they're waiting for me to be like, oh, you know what, they're really not doing anything in here, I don't see them anywhere, I'm gonna go run another site anyway. Here, let's see if they're dangerous. Medium. They're a threat. So, yeah, they're out killing things today. And, what are they in? What? Oh, they're They're in a whatchamadoodle. Tengu. Why couldn't I remember the name? They're in a Tengu. So, yeah. Taking out the people running the sites and taking out this stuff. Oh, he's just waiting out his timer. You know what? It's like, he must be watching the show or something. It says he's just waiting out the timer. And, and nothing to worry about. Now, I don't know that I believe him, because I can only trust 99% of the people in Eve. There's 1% I can't trust. Actually, I know it's the other way around, but you know. So, wow. Look at this guy's, this must be when he sleeps, generally. It's got quite a few interactions, quite a few kills here. So, yeah. So, I had it right. Trust you. Yeah. I bet. So, 3 hours of sleep. He's a botting boy. You know, these are spread out. Okay, so these are different days, and then the number of kills in each hour or whatnot. And you know, this person obviously plays a lot. This is the last 30 days. And they obviously play a lot. They obviously play a lot on Friday nights and Saturdays. You know, so does it look unusual? Well, it looks a hell of a lot more impressive than mine, because mine would just show just a couple kills. Yeah, mine mine is like, I haven't been out PvPing that much lately. So, you know, and it shows. So, now I've killed more than I've lost. And considering how much I do PvE, that's really saying something. Because I do a shit ton of PvE. I really like PvE. I like PvP too. I just find it much harder to find a fight in PvP. PvE, there's rats everywhere. But, yeah. So, oh yes, and here's when I lost that. Gee whiz. Yeah, I suppose we could go out hunting someplace. This is this guy who thought it'd be okay to put MTUs in all the asteroid belts. Yeah. So, all right. And I didn't leave any MTUs out here, although I could have baited this guy with an MTU, huh? Oh, yeah. Let me think about that. Let me just think about that. What is the ultimate ship that would be really difficult for these guys that these guys that go around and, you know, getting like Ishtars and MTUs and stuff, kind of like this guy. What would be the ultimate ship that I could have cloaked there that I can just put out an MTU someplace in space, wait for them to come along and go, oh, I got something to shoot. Maybe there's some loot in it. And so they get a kill, but then I appear, and because I'm like looking at this guy here who's in the system. This is him. And he's killed several MTUs. And that's a pattern for him. Well, at least as of recent. You know, can you make a living killing MTUs? A Loki, Proteus, T3 in general? Well, this guy's in a Tengu. So what beats those? What beats those ships? Oh, the new destroyer battlecruiser once you get them? Titan? Well, no. You would not take a Titan against that. Something with newts. Oh, yes. So, like, I mean, if we really want something with newts, then the Balgorn, which I happen to be Mastery 5 on. Yeah. So I wonder what kind of DPS I could get. What kind of DPS I can get out of a Balgorn. Let's look. Yeah, I know the new ships can cloak. Re-authenticate now. Okay, let me just... WB's added some new features. That's probably why I had to do this. And look at that wonderful banner up there. Heart of Darkness pack. Yep. I like sending them money every month. Balgorn is not B-A-L-G. You spell Balgorn. Oh, B-H-A-A. Of course. I should have known that. Is a Balgorn similar to a Balrog? So, Wormhole, PvP, Defense Fleet, Brick, Newt, Static. Wow. Fucking 4 billion? Holy cow. All right, so this thing's a boss, obviously. But, you know, this would be a lot. That's still 1.7 billion. I'm like, it's going to be a lot cheaper, and that's 1.7 billion. Valgorn is named after a child-devouring demon of Amarian legend. Wow. A child devourer. So this only has 121 DPS. I mean, I suppose that's enough if they can't rep at all. Born beam web. Oh, this doesn't have any control though over keeping them from getting away. You gotta have a scram on these. He's watching the stream. I'm sure he's watching the stream. Because he answered what I was talking about on the stream in local. So I'm not doing that. 4.1 billion. I would be the victim. These are all pretty expensive. Am I reading this right? That this one's 109 billion? No, it's only 66 billion. Like, what the hell, man? You know. This one is 2 billion. And so this one, I wonder what the DPS would be like. This one looks kind of interesting, actually. Like it could be in the running. You know, I actually think that even like my ship that I have right here, would I fight a Tengu with it? I think so. I think so. That has 221,000 DHP. It has a lot of newt pressure. It has no drones in it. Oh, and it only has webs. Yeah, that one's a little bit specialized. These are pretty expensive. So, yeah, here's one that's Tech 2, 1.4 billion. It has the webs, it has the scram, has a booster, but what kind of DPS does it have? 253? Must be with
Welcome
drones.
to the Dragons.
Egrian just followed.
Adrian, thank you for the follow. Welcome. SD 300 hobgoblins. Isn't that web drones? What are those? Oh, sensor dampener drone. Okay. 253 DPS, which would be enough to break a tank. Ogres. Wow. Oh, and it's got web drones. It has a pretty good size web drone or drone bay. What is a TD? This has got all kinds of interesting stuff in it. Tracking disruptor. So you'd use that against somebody who's shooting ammo at you. And you'd use sensor dampener. Somebody who's kiting you, maybe. And then if you want to slow them down even more, you've got 2 webs on here, but that's also web drones. Web drones, by the way, are not super effective. So, my only concern is that that there's only 4 of them in here, and
Welcome to the Dragons.
the problem is
just followed.
the problem is if those get taken out, you're defenseless. Now, you may be able to newt them to death and keep them neuted, but you know, long enough to get away. I guess it, yeah, the curse. Yeah, a curse probably would be a good bet. It'd probably be a better bet. And, so there's, PvP active tank. Well, this is interesting. This says that it's an active. Well, now wait a second. Strange. Is this for a spider? Yeah, I got to disconnect and reconnect real quickly. Just a moment ago too. I didn't lose connection to the game, but I saw messages come up. This is really interesting. This is almost like a spider tank shield booster fit that is that's what it kind of looks like here. I don't want to play the video because it could get me a copyright issue. But and then they throw out their drones. So that's interesting. It's not going to fit the bill on this. 800 million PvP. $900 million. See, I don't know if I Second here. That guy left. Will Curse tank a Tengu long enough to kill it though? Yeah. Especially one that's so active with shield. Alright. If you're watching on YouTube, see you in the next episode.